sushi, emoji, anime, karaoke. And that's karaoke, not karaoke, for anybody Japanese who's watching. And even if you're not Japanese, you probably know a lot of Japanese words. You'll also know that many English words are used in that language, though the pronunciation and the meaning often changes. Which words do you probably already know? So let's take a look at the list. We've got bonsai, haiku, ikebana, origami, sakura, kimono, katana, samurai, geisha, ninja, shogun. There's a lot of food and drink. Edamame, miso, sashimi, sushi, shiitake, sake, tofu, wasabi, matcha, and you maybe know bento as well. And of course, there are martial arts like aikido, judo, karate, not karate, karate, jiu-jitsu, and unfortunately, tsunami. So as you've picked up there, sometimes the pronunciation is a little different. In English, we say karaoke, which is really weird for Japanese people. And also I just had, tofu rather than the tofu. Do you think that we should change the pronunciation from Japanese into English? I guess that's English, right? Even though it sometimes feels strange for me, English is always changing the sound. But tell me what you think about that in the comments. Let's look at some words that have slightly shifted in meaning from the Japanese in English. So I'm sure you all know anime and manga, but did you know that in Japanese that anime talks about all kinds of animation, including things like Disney animation. It includes cartoons from all over the world. In English, that's not the case. Of course, anime refers to the Japanese style of animation. And that's the same with manga as well. So in Japanese, manga just means a comic. It could be a cartoon strip, a comic book, any kind of content. In English, of course, it is narrower. It focuses on the Japanese style. That's also true for sake as well. So in English, you all know, you maybe don't all know, but you should all know that sake in English refers to what Japanese people call nihonshu. So it's the Japanese rice wine. And so when Japanese people are trying to explain sake in English, they often say Japanese sake, or they try to find a different way to say it. So if you are Japanese, please just say sake. So it's not the same as in Japan, where sake is all kinds of alcohol. So beer is sake, for example. Also, some words take on a wider meaning. These ones have become narrower, right? But the wider ones, for example, futon. So a futon in English is more like a sofa bed these days. That's not what it looks like in Japan at all. It's not a piece of furniture. Or we have words like Zen. So in Japanese, Zen is one form of Buddhism, and it sounds very strict. So it's where we sit in meditation and we get slapped with a paddle if our attention is diverted or we are distracted in some way. In English, though, Zen has a much wider meaning. It's more of a feeling. It's a mood. It's peacefulness, calmness, and so on. So I could say, I find shoveling snow weirdly Zen. Another one is dojo. Probably everybody's aware that dojo is used to talk about a training place for martial arts. But again, in English, it has a wider meaning that can be any kind of group of people that are training to do something. We have this coding dojo offers workshops for young people, or I go to a startup dojo to share ideas with other entrepreneurs. So there are many words that have entered English, that continue to enter English, and that will continue to come into English from Japanese. They're all interesting because they all give us some insight into Japanese culture and into our own culture as well. Oh, and if you are Japanese, please remember that there are many words that you use in Japanese that you might think come from English, but don't. They come from other languages. So for example, maron, anketo, arubaito, tema. There are many of these words that don't come from English, and people in English will often, probably, won't understand what you're talking about. If you know what maron, anketo, arubaito, and tema are in English, please write them in the comments below.